Good morning, everyone. Today, I have the privilege of speaking with one of my favorite filmmakers
Yeah.
of all time, which is actually a little nerve-wracking, but we're going to go through
Oh,
this. We're here to talk today about a quite a unique musical experience that's going to be released on September 3rd on Disney Plus. Billie Eilish's cinematic concert experience titled "Happier Than Ever: A Love Letter to Los Angeles." Robert, thank you for being with us this morning.
absolutely, man. Great to be here.
So tell us a little bit about what we can expect from such a unique concert experience.
Well, the idea was to capture Billie, at the top of her game in this new concert special that is every song in her album played in sequential order. And on the stage of the legendary Hollywood Bowl, which is an awesome place, very cinematic, and to create like an old Hollywood look to it, but also because it was filmed without a live audience due to COVID, it allowed us to place the cameras and for each song in a way that we couldn't do if there was a live audience there. And in addition to that, this sort of heightened the concert film, we wanted to have animated elements. The idea was that to take viewers on a dreamlike journey through, Billie's hometown of Los Angeles and through its most iconic backdrops. And so there's animation in it. And Patrick Osborne, an Oscar-winning animator, director, co-directed with me to motion capture. I motion captured Billie and got in really authentic performances from her, and then we animated them, and it interweaves throughout the concert film.
So you've worked on several different types of filmmaking. I mean, films. I didn't know you're in an EP on Lucha Underground, which is incredible because that was a lot of fun. What
Thanks.
what makes working on a concert on a project like this different from the other ones, and how do you approach it?
I'm always learning. I like doing different things. I feel like it makes me better at my main job if I go do different kinds of jobs. So I'll do music videos a lot. I did one with my friend Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande for Rain on Me last year. When the opportunity came up to work with Billie, she's huge in our house. My daughter introduced me to her music years ago. We're always jamming her songs, and I always love the idea of how they made their music. Her and her brother Phineas, and how their family. She comes from a great family, and just that I always thought that was a good role model in a way for my family, especially my kids, my daughter, to see that you could achieve anything at any age. So when the opportunity came to work, I asked my daughter, "You want to work on this with me?" And she said, "Yeah." So it was like a great bonding experience. She did a lot of the concept art for the animation, and it was a real fantastic working experience, but also getting to see these young performers just really like at the top of their game, really taking their music and their art seriously. It's very inspiring, and you bring what you can bring to make it a special experience, but you're really there to learn from them as well. So it's a great experience overall. That's why I do different things like that.
Dude, that actually brings me to my next question. By the way, I was introduced to her music from my daughter as well. so,
And it was
so
great, right? You go, oh, but I
yeah,
don't mind. This music's fantastic.
right.
Who's doing
This is
this
what
stuff?
because a lot of times with the older generation, it's like, turn that
Turn
off,
that
or
stuff
that's
off. Yeah, I'm gonna put on my oldies, man. But
right.
it was
There's a little
cool.
something for everyone. But what I
Yeah.
want to ask you is about exactly that. What you're just talking about. New generations of artists bring new perspectives and new visions on what music and what filming should be. And what was your biggest takeaway from working with her? Is there anything necessarily that stuck out?
Just their artistry, but also as the people, really great people too. I mean, it makes you feel good that the world's going to be in safe hands. You always worry, what's the next generation going to do? And representatives of the next generation always surprise me. I like working with young people a lot. It's because I have so many kids. I like to see keep my, hand on the pulse of what's happening, so you can relate more even to my own children, but also to be inspired by the art and the new ways that they take music and art and film and twist it around their version of it, is making it new and fresh is very exciting. And to work alongside with people like that, with such great artists, is it's a learning. I like to be a student, always learning. Always love to learn, and bring my experience, my years and many years of experience to help bring a production together. I can at least throw my hat in the ring and say I'm doing something, but I'm really there to learn and experience it, and I never regret taking on any assignment like that. I always learn so much and I could take that back to my own films.
That's great to hear. I want to ask you specifically about the concert aspect of it. I love going to concerts. There's some times where an artist really, it almost feels like a real intimate experience. Uh, and I'm wondering how did you guys capture that on camera? Did you guys try not to do too many takes, or is it just whatever the emotions were that were flowing through the songs at the moment, that's what we're going with?
Yeah, no, I was real impressed. She could come out and she could just nail it, nail a really great live performance. And then once we get the performance that we like to take, that's the take that we're going to use. I mean, that's the take. Her singing on camera, you seeing her do it live, and so it really is, a live show. Because my daughter and I sat there through the whole filming. We filmed it over several days so that we could move the cameras around
Mm-hmm.
to get, because usually if you shoot a live concert, you have to set the cameras and you're going to see that same camera move over and over again. This one, we really got to freshen it up and capture what it would really be like to be on stage with her, off stage, with drones flying around, really feel the space. And we built a pool in front of the bowl, because originally the bowl used to have a reflecting pool, and it makes this really cool reflection, which they don't have that anymore. They haven't had that in 60 years or whatever. And so it reflects the bowl back into itself. So cinematically, it just looks awesome. Like you don't even get to see it like that if you were to see it in person. So the audience is really given a special treat to be that intimate there while she's doing such a live performance and just knocking them out of the park.
Fantastic. Also, we know that it's a love letter to Los Angeles. I'm gonna
Mhm.
be honest with you. I am a Bay Area native, so we have a little rivalry as with everything at Los Angeles. But I will be honest. Lately, having to go down a little bit more and screeners and to do press events and things, I've really felt a little bit more love for Southern California. Following Billie around and kind of learning about some of her favorite places in Los Angeles, like that you will feature in the film. What anything caught you off guard from Los Angeles itself?
Well, no, I'm not from Los Angeles. I lived in Texas myself, but there's something just so iconic about Los Angeles. We've just seen it so much, through movies and television, and seeing it filtered through her, seeing her walking through, and then going through it animated is very unique and gives it almost a more heightened romantic feel. So I think there's something about it that you've seen it so much, yet you feel like you're seeing it again for the first time in a way. So it's really interesting.
In working with her on this project, I was very surprised to while doing my research that this is only her second album, and you're already talking about she's on the top of her game, and I'm like, is she at the top of her game? Because man, this is I feel like she has a long way to go.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
What
the game so far, because
right?
as of to right now, she's at the top of her game. Yeah.
But that's incredible. I think to think that it's only gonna get better. I think,
Oh yeah, I
or
mean,
as she
she's usually
grows.
usually they call it the second album, or the sophomore slumps. Usually they really pull it together by the third album. If you look historically. So I was super surprised, how great the album was. That's the other was the cool thing. My daughter, I said, you want to work on this with me? Because one, we get to hear the album before anybody, and then we get to come up with animated ideas and all that. So we're all in. So when we're getting to hear the album before the rest of the world, and just going, holy man, this thing really is fantastic all the way through. It's a really solid record, enough that she can perform one song after another in a concert. No, people don't do that. One after another, and just play just that album. That's how strong it is. That's really unique. So I was really glad that we picked the projects. I hadn't heard the album yet when we picked it.
So what is that experience like for you working on a project that it's somebody your daughter's so passionate about as far as music wise, and how was that experience?
Oh, it was just the best because you have someone else there. We'd already connected over this music. We jam it together all the time, or other songs. We have a little rock and roll room, and my daughter sings, and I play the guitar, and she would
Nice.
always bring me another song, and I go, "Whose song is this?" She goes, "Billie Eilish." Another one. Wow, these are really fantastic, and that's how I got used to her music. So for
Mm.
us to hear it, the new album for the first time was very exciting because that was kind of what we bonded over, and then figuring out how it was going to look and coming up with ideas. And my daughter's an artist, so 15. You see her in the making of drawing a lot of the stuff that ends up in the screen. And it was just a fantastic experience. And they're a family, you know, so it's family working with another family to make something for other families. So it was an exciting project in that way.
What's going to make this concert experience different than some of the other ones we've seen on other platforms or from other artists?
I think the unfortunate thing of COVID happening also gave us opportunity to do something that we just haven't seen before, which is live performance with no audience, so that we could get all the audience watching at home, front row, and then some seats, just shots and really up there close watching, singing live in a way they've never seen before. And then with an animated journey told throughout, interwoven, it just takes it beyond just being a concert film.
Fantastic. I'm going to wrap this up with maybe an easy or a tough question. Which is your favorite song off the album?
My daughter and I really love Billie's Bossa Nova, but Oxytocin works in the concert film version of it. It's really hypnotic. It's really done well. She just nailed it. Yeah.
Looking forward to it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine how amazing this is going to be. An artist like Billie and her music, and then your film experience. I think it's going to make for quite a wonderful show. September 3rd, right in time for my birthday, actually. I'll plug that.
Thanks. Thanks.
Robert, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you've done throughout your career. It's been amazing. Thank you for your time.
Gustavo Guramel is in there as the conductor, conducting the LA Philharmonic. So therefore I also really like that one. He gives a fantastic performance too as the conductor, conducting the hell out of that. So yeah.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be fun.
It's really cool. Yeah. Cool, man.
All right. Thank you, Robert. Take care.
Thank you.